Welcome back here in week number 2 of 2007 as we are on Fox West Virginia, WVNS DT TV, Sun League Channel 10 in Beckley. We thank you for joining us for the second week here in 2007 of NWA Mountain State Wrestling. An exciting show, championship titles on the line, and it's just an outstanding lineup here today, Dean Bibb.
Absolutely. We've got Chad Cross defending his hard-earned NWA Mountain State Television Championship, and we've got a title defense of the Mountain State Heavyweight Championship. War Machine versus #1 contender Frank the Tank Parker. National Wrestling Alliance action once again on the airwaves in southern West Virginia.
It's going to be an outstanding show. Don't go anywhere. Be right back after this.
Tonight in Hinton, we will be there to take names. We will be there to do some business. And the business we do, what a beautiful way to start off 2007 for NWA Mountain States, because you have some real talent around here. You have the 6'7" Goliath, the strong-style redneck Kris Richards, and you have John Hawkins of John Hawkins Promotions. We're here tonight in Hinton to take over.
And welcome back to Mountain State here on Mountain State Wrestling here on WVNS TV, Fox Virginia Sports. You know, this has been an exciting first week. You know, the reviews are back from our first week, and this is going to be an exciting week to follow up here as we air on the 13th of January 2007, bringing in the new year in style. In the ring right now is we open up with a TV title match. Kris Richards against Kris Richards with his manager, John Hawkins.
There's the NWA Mountain State Television Champion, Chad Cross, who was inaugurated the first ever television champion right here in this building about 2 months ago. And he's been a fighting champion, he's been on the broadcast, and very proud of his accomplishments.
And you think about it, nobody holds a championship for life. Fact is fact that no matter how good you are, you will eventually drop it.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for your NWA Mountain State Television Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Johnson City, Tennessee. Accompanied by his manager, John Hawkins, ladies and gentlemen, Kris Richards. His opponent is your NWA Mountain State Television Champion from Nitro, West Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Cross. Your referee for this title match is Brian Bubba Kyle.
And going back to the point I was trying to make, nobody holds a championship forever. Ric Flair lost his titles. Everyone will drop a title just because no one's perfect.
That's right.
But the fact is, Chad Cross can forever be known as the first ever NWA Mountain State Television Champion. And in West Virginia especially, that is a true honor because nobody else has a television championship.
That's right.
So Chad Cross has that honor, and that's going to be an honor to follow him for the rest of his life.
That's prestige looks really good on a list of accomplishments. Collar and elbow tie-up, and Richards muscles the champion back to the corner.
Ooh, and a big smash to the chest. And Kris Richards, we saw him last week, likes to bend those rules a little bit, skirt things around the outside. And Chad Cross, knowing that, having seen the program last week, knows what he's in store for. And he's also got that X Factor right behind him, and that is manager of Kris Richards, of course, John Hawkins.
That's right. That second man right there in the ring. Cross ducks the haymaker and delivers a right to the head and backs away.
And there you see contrasting styles. Chad Cross got the one punch in, broke clean.
Chad's one of the larger opponents that we've seen Kris Richards go up against in the past few months, too. Chad's not a small guy. It shows you how big Richards is. And Chad now working that shoulder over into an armbar.
As talked last week, Cross suffered a neck injury last year. Mountain State, their first year of television programming, he got banged up a little bit, but he's come back better than ever. And that strap that he carries around proudly is evidence of how much he's improved since coming back.
He is a people's champion.
And he's working against somebody that the people just don't like, Kris Richards. And a rake to the eyes, again, bending those rules just a little bit. Pick him up. And right back to the arm, Chad Cross. Fundamental, working on the one body part, wearing it down. Because no matter what part of your body it is, if it's worn and beaten to a pulp, the rest of your body's going to feel it, from head to toe. If your arm's broken, you're hurting your whole body over because your whole body's trying to compensate for that.
That's right. And, Richards has done some things to try to mix it up and get Chad Cross off that arm every time, doggedly. Cross right back to that arm. Irish whip sends him over. Cross ducks a clothesline and delivers a right knee lift. Drops him for a cover. 1, 2.
Bubba Kyle right there, and a kick out by Kris Richards. And Hawkins is just sweating bullets over there as this talented TV champion is giving the big man all he can handle.
Cross out of the corner with a reverse, and eats the shoe leather of Kris Richards. Crowd doesn't like that very much.
Well, that's perfectly legal, and that's a clean move.
That, however, is questionable. Chop across the neck and a cover.
Big kick out. Chad Cross is a fighter.
Yes, he is. I'll tell you what, NWA Mountain State Wrestling owes so much of our success to our fans. If not for the fans, we would not be here. And the fans in Hinton, West Virginia are some of the best. The fans right here in the Summers County Memorial Building, every time NWA Mountain State is on the marquee, the town of Hinton comes out. Snapmare takes him over.
And now working now on the neck. The big man is going to work and working on this young, talented TV champion.
John Hawkins calling him like he sees it outside the ring. He's saying Chad Cross isn't going nowhere. He says that Kris Richards has it. John Hawkins is a confident man. John Hawkins seeks out the premier talent that he can find in any region. Crossbody block by Chad Cross.
And look at the strength of the big man. Look at how strong Richards is. Caught him at the waist and muscled him up to give him a snake eyes in the corner. That's pure brute strength.
Impressive.
I mean, Chad Cross has his work cut out for him in this one-on-one matchup, but don't forget that X Factor. Right on the outside, bald man with the soul patch.
That's it.
John Hawkins.
True heels lacking souls right here in the ring tonight. And Richards is big, he's strong, but he can also move and he can wrestle. Chad Cross's shoulder almost did not come up.
And Hawkins not happy with the call. Bubba Kyle calling him right down the middle, but Hawkins wants the best for his client.
Not much gets past Bubba Kyle. He is a referee, very young, the youngest in NWA wrestling history, and respected by the locker room.
Double kick slows down the big man. going for the high clothesline.
Nails it. Takes the big man down, and there's his cover. 1, 2. Adrenaline kick out by Kris Richards.
Yeah,
Is in that arm.
so far this has been a real clean matchup. It's a big Russian leg sweep. Hawkins really hasn't done much to get involved in this match, which may explain why Chad Cross is on top.
Chad with the cover again and a foot on the ropes.
Foot on the ropes.
Good presence of mind by Kris Richards.
That's a veteran maneuver, knowing where you're at on the ring and saving your energy as best as you can. Putting your foot on the ropes doesn't take much. Actually kicking out, forcing the body weight off of you, that's what takes up the energy.
Great high abuse knee.
Ooh.
Inverted backbreaker. Hawkins on the ring apron. Chad Cross is going to set. Now he's going after Hawkins.
Just hit him.
If you're going to do it, get it over with and get back to Richards. And Richards clobbers Hawkins. Schoolboy.
There you go. Chad Cross knew what to expect. He saw the same situation last week.
2 weeks in a row.
Hawkins got up on the ring, went to the well one too many times, and Chad Cross is still champ.
Here is your winner and still NWA Mountain State Television Champion, Chad Cross.
War Machine, how does it feel? How does it feel to be scared? Huh? Can you smell it in the air? I can smell it. A new era right here in NWA Mountain State is around the corner. Frank Parker is back, and I'm after your NWA Mountain State title. How does it feel, War Machine? How does it feel to be losing your grasp on the entire state of West Virginia? I'm here to take over. It's a new era. It's a new time.
Until then, I was impressed with the young man. Then he had to do the old hip swirl. But I got to tell you, this guy's talented. For, I believe, almost 9 months, he and Bad News Johnson held the NWA North American Tag Team Championships. So this guy is definitely no slouch.
So they were definitely contenders to the NWA World Tag Team Championship.
And they just recently lost those. And, seeing Drake Tungsten in the back, he tries to play it off, acting like carrying that 10-pound belt around has actually been a relief having it long. He's got a soft spot in his heart. He wants to get it back, but he's not going to do it tonight. He's got a handful against Devin Davis.
Davis put on a very impressive showing, as he does every week on NWA Mountain State. Last week against Kris Richards.
That's right. Devin Davis is going to definitely be a player here in NWA Mountain State. And this is going to be a tough test to fight against a true champion from here in Four Seasons country.
Neither of these men are originally from West Virginia. One's from Sweden, one's from Virginia. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Sundvold, Sweden, ladies and gentlemen, Drake Tungsten. And his opponent from Roanoke in the Commonwealth of Virginia, a big NWA Mountain State, welcome to Devin Davis. Your referee for this match is Patrick Nicholas. Patrick Nicholas, one of the referees that toes the line with NWA Mountain State just about every week. Check in Devin Davis.
And now we're about ready to get it started.
For those of you tuning in, Devin Davis has the long hair and is getting pummeled by Drake Tungsten, who's trying to get the match to start off.
Going right to the headlock. Faked out Tungsten. Headlock takeover. Tungsten fighting to keep that shoulder up. Far too often you'll see a wrestler, when they get taken down like that, they'll let that right shoulder rest. And then they'll have to use all their body strength to kick out at 2.
I think it was way back in the day, I believe it was Freebird Buddy Roberts that pinned Mike Von Erich in that exact scenario. Mike just, where he was such a young wrestler at the time. He I guess, just let his guard down. Davis cinching in that headlock after Tungsten tried to get him up. Tungsten must be a big Transformers fan.
There he goes. He let that shoulder droop. And right there, referee Patrick Nicholas is right on top of it. And that takes a lot of energy. You're fighting the hold. You're fighting for air. And now you got to force your body to contort in an unnatural position.
Against your opponent's body weight.
And, Devin Davis doing a good job keeping the veteran at bay so far in this matchup. Irish whip, reversed it, caught him. Big DDT.
Beautiful reversal by Drake Tungsten. Ducked under a clothesline and used the momentum.
This could be it. Wow. The ability to kick out after that DDT. He was standing on his head literally.
It was almost a concussion on delivery. Davis's feet were off the ground before the hold was even landed.
Davis took that, and I can't believe he's able to stand up. I know Tungsten's picking him up, but to be able to be this much vertical after that DDT. Oh! And
Big
those
chop.
chops. Tungsten is known throughout the Virginia wrestling scene as one of those painful choppers. He's just got those quick little hands that are cut flesh.
And you know what? When you're stunned after a move and you're in that corner, they can put a chop on you before you even realize.
Yeah.
You don't have time to brace. And it's the chop, the sting, out goes a little bit of the air. And humiliating is what they say.
It's not a devastating maneuver, but if you can't recover mentally and physically enough from that, it can be. Just because, like you said, it knocks out a little piece of the air. It knocks sweat in your eyes just because your whole body ripples with it. And when you get a good guy like Drake Tungsten who knows how to lay those in there, that can be a vicious maneuver.
Good knife edge chops a la Ric Flair. You can hear it. It's still ringing in the rafters up there of the cheap seats.
And here's Tungsten. He's wearing down young Devin Davis. And Davis going to fight, try to get back to a vertical base. Couple elbows to the abdomen. Another elbow. Devin Davis going to force out of the headlock. Puts on the sleeper. Almost lost it in his exuberance, but was able to wrench it in. Jawbreaker.
You saw Tungsten lock in a cravat and just drop. And again, you've seen Tungsten do that before. That's sacrificing his own body to break the hold.
Yeah. Because you're bringing somebody's body weight crashing on your head. You're going to wear down that neck area, the shoulders, and you don't know how hard he's going to come down if he loses his balance. So like you said, he's giving up his body, and Devin Davis is on a roll as he's going down for the cover. Patrick Nicholas flipping, trying to get there into position. Tungsten kicking out at 2. He's going to try to recover in the corner. Davis is going to go up in the corner. Middle row punches.
The crowd firmly behind Devin Davis as he lays in the dreaded 10 Fists of Fury, and Tungsten just slumping. Davis sets.
And there's
misses. And a little help from the ropes police.
Drake Tungsten using the ropes. And I don't, whether or not he cheated, Devin Davis can look at this and realize one thing. Even though the crowd loves him, he spent too much time trying to get him back involved after that move.
Here is your winner, Drake Tungsten. I tell you what, you don't always see the good guy win. And Tungsten's not finished with Drake. Yeah, Devin. I was right the first case. And here comes Bad News Johnson.
What in the world? Bad News Johnson coming out to the aid of Devin Storm.
Tungsten is still proud of himself. Look at him cheesing it. Oh, the arrogance. The complete arrogance of Drake Tungsten.
The crowd doesn't appreciate the fact that he won. But I tell you, Devin Storm cost himself the match, spending too much time working with the crowd, and it was just by happenstance that Drake Tungsten used the ropes.
It might have been a totally different ball game had Devin capitalized immediately.
That's one thing. You just got to go in for the kill. You got to be a shark. You smell blood. Go after it. Finish it off.
Bad News is telling Devin that he got the better of Drake and Drake had to cheat. This could be the start of a good allegiance here between Bad News Johnson and
Devin.
Yeah.
Devin Davis.
Welcome back to NWA Mountain State Wrestling right here on Fox, West Virginia, WVNS BGTV. This man, Johnny Black, for the past year, he has made alliances, he has broken alliances, he has held titles, he has fought for titles, he has cheated for titles. And tonight, he's going up against his former protege and his former teammate, Kris King.
Kris King was part of that nice tag team match last week, teaming up with Frank Parker against a veteran Johnny Blast and his partner, the War Machine. And it was an exciting, good matchup that we saw in our main event last week. And Kris King, perhaps, maybe learned from all the veterans he was with that night, maybe able to come in here and get this victory here.
Kris King coming out to the fans to the light, taking his time greeting all the fans. Kris King, a native of Charleston, West Virginia, the capital city.
I've heard him being compared to a young Rock.
The Rock? I've heard Rick Rude.
He's got the eyebrow for the Rock. I've seen it.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
One fall.
Introducing first, from Roswell, New Mexico, Johnny Blast. And his opponent, from the capital city of Charleston, West Virginia, ladies and gentlemen, Kris King. Your referee for this match is Brian Bubba Kyle. Bubba Kyle officiating over his second match of the evening right here on NWA Mountain State Wrestling. All matches are sanctioned and approved by the governing body of the National Wrestling Alliance, Buddy Love.
And speaking of the National Wrestling Alliance, Bubba Kyle, the youngest sanctioned referee in all the NWA.
In the history of. Incredible. That is prestige.
That is prestige. And it's all here in NWA Mountain State. And we're just, excited to be a part of it here on Fox West Virginia WVNS DTTV.
Great set of reversals by both men. Kris King right now working the left arm of Johnny Blast. And in the back of the mind, you gotta know that Kris King has to be thinking, you know what? I know this man's tricks because I used to work with him. I used to train with him. I used to team with him.
And the thing about Johnny Blast is, though, no veteran, no wily veteran like Johnny Blast is going to teach every trick in the bag. They're going to keep that trump card in their back pocket. So Kris King has got to be on the lookout for that. And maybe Kris King has learned something on his own.
Kris King, an accomplished martial artist as well, working the hammer lock on Johnny Blast, and Blast goes for a rope break. And King, he kind of took his time breaking that one.
Yeah.
He had to enjoy that.
Kris King, one of many NWA Mountain State superstars on MySpace.com.
Indeed. Also, NWA Mountain State has its own official page.
So if you're on MySpace, look us up. I'm on there. Kris King's on there. Michael Cook is on there. Derik Billings is on there. Bubba Kyle
Bubba
is
Kyle's on there.
So be
Timekeeper
sure.
Kenneth Bibb is on there.
I didn't know you were on there.
Well, I'm on there, yeah, but I have a guitar in my hand.
Okay.
Yes.
Add me.
All right. You shall be
Oh.
added, buddy love.
Using the ring post as a weapon. Kris King suffering here as that left arm just took a monster beating against that unforgiving cold steel.
And now choking with the ring apron, taking our nation's colors, using them against Kris King.
And in many instances, it's well within the referee's jurisdiction to cancel and disqualify a wrestler for using the ring as a weapon such as that. Other referees will let it go because the ring is the ring. And, you know, you're going to hit the middle of the ring. Why can't you hit the side?
And a big Ole Anderson hammerlock body slam. That arm has nowhere to go in that situation.
And Johnny Blast continuing to wear that left arm down.
There's so many points in that arm that could get messed up there. You've got the actual bones of the arm. You have the elbow joint, the rotator cuff.
You got the hand itself.
Yes, and Blast right there saying, "Quit, Kris. Quit, Kris."
And again, they're working on that left arm. And there's only so much a human body can take. I don't care how tough you are. Sometimes you just got to give up and fight again tomorrow.
That's the thing about NWA Mountain State Wrestling. It is a weekly promotion. Every weekend, NWA Mountain State is somewhere in this great state of ours holding a show. You don't get...
Oh, big victory roll right in the corner. Kris King picks up the victory. I wonder if Johnny Blast had taught that.
Incredible. Kris King pulled that out. I didn't see that coming. I know Blast didn't see it coming.
That came out of nowhere. And
Blast
what is
isn't done with
this? After the match is over, Johnny Blast is going to take out his frustration on his former protege.
King hit the floor face first. Well, Kris King may be down on the floor, but Kris King was your victor in this match.
Oh, my
That
goodness.
is uncalled for. Johnny Blast leveling.
Bubba Kyle called it straight down the
Ring
middle.
that bell. We need help from the back.
We need help from the back. What is going...
Ring that bell. We need help from the back. Johnny Blast is taking... He is
Oh, Johnny
whipping
Blast
Bubba
is
Kyle.
beating Bubba Kyle with his own belt. There's
This
got
is
to be someone in the back. Someone's got to stop this.
If this is not a fine or a suspension on Johnny, this is irreprehensible. King's taking a chair. King's moving a fan out of the...
Johnny
This-
Blast ducks out of the ring, tail tucked between his legs.
This is the most despicable thing I've seen in months. I cannot believe what we've just
That
seen
is-
here.
That is truly uncalled for.
Despicable.
Bubba Kyle laying in pain, beaten with his own belt.
Patrick Nicholas and Kris King checking on him.
And
This is despicable. Bubba Kyle doing his job. And Johnny Blast, oh.
I mean, he jumped and then he took his own belt and beat him with it.
Larry Light's going to be checking into this, bringing this to the board of directors. Folks, we will be right back after this with more NWA Mountain State Wrestling action.
Texas Outlaw, you're not fooling no one. Tonight I got you in singles. I know you're the bunkhouse boys, and tonight I'm going to take you out. Got him, baby.
I'm here to help you guys. You're here to help us? Just who exactly are you?
Welcome back to NWA Mountain State Wrestling as the Texas Outlaws are approaching the ring. And just moments ago, A despicable act of rebellion and no regard for authority. Johnny Blast attacking referee Bubba Kyle with a clothesline, taking Bubba's belt and whipping him. And had it not been for Kris King, who had just defeated Johnny Blast, bringing in a chair.
That kind of treachery on the street is illegal. Bubba Kyle, were he not in a wrestling ring, that would be assault on a minor. He's the youngest sanctioned referee in the NWA.
16 years of age.
16 going on 17. And if it were not for Kris King, he may not have made it to 17.
Texas Outlaw #1 bringing the hat over.
Actually, I believe it's number 2.
Number 2. The Deuce. Il Duce.
He's number 2. You can tell by the smell.
Oh, okay. One smells stronger than the other one. Dynamite Derik Billings.
I don't understand the last week with Crutch going Barry Bond on Michael Cook.
That was ugly. And look here, you have one half of your NWA Mountain State champions, Dynamite Derik Billings, taking on Texas Outlaw #1. But Billy Litt's going to be in his corner.
And this is going to even things up. Whether or not Outlaw #2 is hurt, having Billy Litt in his corner, Derik Billings can focus on a one-on-one matchup while Litt will keep it even straight down the middle.
Litt's got his back. Litt adding a little insult to the injury on Texas Outlaw #2. I'll tell you one thing. As good of a wrestler as Billy Litt is, as popular as he is, he's a mouth, dude. He can talk. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from the great state of Texas, accompanied to the ring by his partner, Texas Outlaw #2, ladies and gentlemen, Texas Outlaw #1. His opponent is one half of your NWA Mountain State Tag Team Champions, and he is accompanied to the ring by his partner, Billy Litt. From Princeton, West Virginia, ladies and gentlemen, Dynamite Derik Billings. Patrick Nicholas, your referee. Word from the back is that Brian Bubba Kyle is being checked by the paramedics. His situation is being assessed. I don't have any idea whether or not transport would be necessary to Summers County Regional Hospital or not.
But you got to give the young man credit. He walked out of this building
On his own power, yes, he did.
And that's one thing that Johnny Blast has to remember. You attacked a kid, a referee, and he walked out. What does that say for the toughness of Johnny Blast?
See, Buddy Love, you have wrestled. You have taken hits. Bubba Kyle has not. I have not. And to take a clothesline from a veteran, blindside, and to walk out on his own power, you know what? That's got to make Johnny Blast feel just even angrier about the whole situation, because he's got to feel like he didn't get the job done.
He couldn't win the match. He couldn't knock out Bubba Kyle. He may as well just retire.
He may not have any choice once Commissioner Larry Light watches the video replay from this. Okay, back to the action at hand. Derik Billings just getting a couple of fingers in the eye from Texas Outlaw #1, changing the momentum up a little bit.
Texas Outlaw #1 with the size and strength advantage and his own gravitational pull, if I'm not mistaken. Derik Billings on the outside in perilous territory as Outlaw #2 has those crutches in weight. But nothing happened. Impressive. Perhaps against the tag team champions, the Outlaws want to see where they measure up, considering they've been compared to former champions, the Bunkhouse Boys.
Bunkhouse Boys, that's right. Both teams from Texas, both teams mean men. And there goes Billings going after the mask.
He's going for the mask. Are we going to see who the Outlaws are?
That mask is coming off.
I saw facial hair.
The man has a beard.
Facial hair. I'm not going to conjecture anything. I'm just an unbiased announcer.
Oh, yes, of course.
seeing that little peach fuzz coming under the mask. That was very familiar to me. And, of course, Outlaw number 2 still injured on that left leg. But those crutches are, of course, weapons.
That was proven last week, as you so noted.
So here we go. Dynamite Derik Billings against Outlaw number 1.
We'll see if we can get Billy Litt over here for his thoughts on the Bubba Kyle situation. Billy Litt! Billy Litt! No, he better watch his partner right now. This is dangerous territory. Litt's on the ring apron.
Derik Billings on the outside. The referee is not looking. Billy Litt needs to get off the apron and help his partner. Derik Billings struggling back to his feet. Billy Litt distracting the referee. Billy Litt's intentions are good, but his actions are hurting his partner.
Sometimes more harm than good.
Billy Litt's going to go after the injured Outlaw number 2.
I told you Billy Litt can talk the talk and walk the walk. Billy Litt! Billy Litt! A word for the folks watching at home with Fox 59. Your thoughts on the Bubba Kyle, Johnny Blast situation?
It's a terrible situation, but I tell you what, it's so great to be here in NWA Mountain State. I'm sure Bubba Kyle will be right back after all that. Johnny Blast will pay for what he's in. Hey, what the heck is this?
And we got a brawl going on right here in front of us.
Fight outside.
Right at the ring announcer's table.
Billy Litt.
And there's a crutch in the ring.
The crutch is in the ring. Patrick Nicholas
Oh!
not see it. The crutch is bending against this young champion. Outlaw number 2.
Patrick Nicholas needs to get back in the ring and attend to business. Billy Litt laid out. Derik Billings laid out.
Derik Billings is out. He's down. This young champion, as the Outlaws take advantage. Both of our tag champions are down.
And coming out from the back, that mystery scout.
That mystery scout from last week, what's he doing?
He must be trying to restore some order. And the crowds are testifying.
What is he doing? He's selling.
Nicholas has reversed the decision. Here is your winner by reversal of decision, Dynamite Derik Billings. I want to know who that man is.
I want to find out who he is too.
This is the second, maybe the third week in a row he's been out here. I want to know who that man is.
He's Justice. He's Justice in leather and tattoos.
He's Frankie Lane, hell-bent for leather.
Derik Billings took a beating from that crutch. The Outlaws are in the ring, and Patrick Nicholas better be careful. We're out of referees.
You know, it's a good thing that Derik Billings had the presence of mind to bring his partner out here and watch over this match. And there's the distribution of the gold by your NWA Tag Team Champions, Mountain State Wrestling Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, an incredible match.
And there's more where that came from. As we continue, NWA Mountain State Television continues next right here on Fox West Virginia, WVNS DT TV.
Frank Parker, last week I beat you again. 1, 2, 3. When's it gonna end? How much beatings can you get? This week, I'm putting it on the line. One more time against you. You always say, well, Lady Viper helps you. Well, I'll tell you what, Lady Viper's at home taking care of business. No excuses this time. Me and you, one-on-one. You'll feel the pain. I'm gonna smash you. I'm gonna tear your head off. This will be the last time you climb in the ring with the War Machine. I will walk out the NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Champion once again.
And welcome back to NWA Mountain State Wrestling right here on Fox West Virginia WVNS TV. As we're now ready for our main event, the second big show here in 2007, the War Machine, the current NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Champion, put his title up against none other than
and support her man any way that she can. And there's the gold, the most coveted title in Mountain State Wrestling, making the War Machine a contender for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
And his opponent, of course, is Frank the Tank Parker.
Number 1 contender.
War Machine's been the champ since July 06. And these two have been going after each other for months.
War Machine.
Let's just talk about this title. These two have been going at each other on and off for years here in West Virginia, North Carolina, Virginia. So this is kind of a culmination title on the line. And of course, we saw last week Frank the Tank Parker
Giving it to the crowd. Fighting champion, tough guy. He's not afraid of anybody. But I tell you what, Frank the Tank Parker, he thinks he's got War Machine's number, and there he is. Number 1 contender for the NWA Mountain State Heavyweight title right there. Frank the Tank Parker. Go ahead, my friend.
I'm just saying, I thought War Machine in title match, and I thought in the title match. Not title matches. In title matches, he's got that extra gear.
Welcome to your NWA Mountain State main event. It is for the NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Championship. Introducing your NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion from the underground, the War Machine. And his opponent, the number 1 contender for the Mountain State Wrestling Championship, Frank the Tank Parker. Your referee for this title matchup is Patrick Nicholas. Of course, Patrick Nicholas having to work triple duty tonight because of once again, the totally uncalled for attack by Donnie Blast on Brian Bubba Kyle.
Let me tell you, saying it's uncalled for, unwarranted, that's a total understatement. It's almost insulting. It was a vicious attack by a lonely man that can't keep friends, can't keep titles, and obviously can't win matches, and he took it out on an innocent kid, and that kid is now seeking medical attention. But I tell you what, like we said, that kid walked out of here.
You know it, under his own power, ambulatory walk into the dressing room. And what can that do for the reputation of Johnny Blast except tarnish a bad one?
Any respect he had left in this company is flushed down the toilet. And Bubba Kyle, he's got all the respect in the world from all these fans, even more respect than he had before, because he manned up, he took his beating, he walked out of this building on his own power. Now we got a huge matchup. Let's get to this match. 2 Titans here in West Virginia. War Machine, Frank the Tank Parker. Both are extremely talented. Both have great careers. Both have been champions in many different companies, and they're fighting for the most prestigious title right here in West Virginia, the NWA Mountain State Heavyweight title.
You noted last week that Frank the Tank Parker is rated number 251 out of the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Top 500 of the year this year, and he's a repeat, back-to-back. He was in the 2005 list.
In 2005, he was right there at number 250. He dropped a little bit, but, you know, with as many pro wrestlers as are available to choose from, to be in that top 500 elite group, that says something about your ability, the amount of respect you carry, and the ability to put on a good match no matter where you're at, no matter how sick, how beaten up you are. Most 2005 and 2006, he fought with a bad hernia, bad discs in his back, a bad shoulder. This is Frank the Tank Parker going for a title here tonight.
So, man, on that top 500, you have to understand, this is not just people in the independent promotions. We're talking about heavyweight champions such as Abyss and Sting. We're talking about people such as Kurt Angle, legends like Ric Flair. We're talking about the Scott Steiners, the Christian Cages that are in this list.
Jeff Jarrett.
AJ
Styles is on this list. And that's an elite group to be named with.
But I'm telling you what, just because he may not have made the list, the man in front of our broadcast position, the War Machine, must be respected. He must be given the respect of being a fighting champion. He has had open contracts on the table. He's taken on all comers, and he is still the champion moving into 2007.
And the thing is, the reason why he's not on that list, and I'll tell you this, is because nobody likes him. And it's not because, they don't like him as a wrestler. He is just so focused on winning and so anti-people that the disdain just carries over to the voters.
He's a sociopath. I mean, look at him. Is that the type of man that you would want to leave your kids alone with in the McDonald's playground?
If I saw him in the McDonald's playground, I'd probably dial 911.
I'm serious.
And I'm half tempted sometimes when I see him in the ring because he can be vicious. He knows every trick of the trade, and he's going up now against one of the best in the business, Frank the Tank Parker.
Side headlock applied by the champion, working it around to a hammer lock.
The crowd solidly behind Frank the Tank Parker, the first student of Jimmy Valiant. Back into the ropes, shoots him off, shoulder tackle, and down goes the War Machine. Almost tripped on the young blonde in the front row as he lost his balance, just trying to get away from the onslaught.
And in the words of Road Warrior Hawk, good for me, bad for you.
What a rush.
The War Machine is getting a call of chicken from the crowd.
And that's not what's for dinner.
No, that's their opinion. That's what they think of the Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
When you're fighting a guy like Frank the Tank Parker, you can withstand the chicken chance when you realize that you just need a timeout. Yeah. You see it all the time in basketball. Somebody puts together a big run, you got to call timeout.
Look at Parker's eyes. Look at the focus, the determination. He wants this to be his night. He wants this to be the night that he becomes the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. And he knows that to do it, he's got to make it through the man who brings the pain, the champ, the War Machine. War Machine coming out, moving into a modified armbar. Backs Frank the Tank into the corner.
Patrick Nicholas wanting a clean break. Instead, a knee to the gut. The War Machine working hard on Frank Parker, keeping him pinned in that corner. Irish whip, reversed. Parker coming in, misses, right, oh. And again, that unforgiving steal of this ring. And Parker is hurt.
You could chip a bone in the shoulder joint. You could break the collarbone. So many things up there that can get totally just jacked up by that cold steel in that situation.
And even if nothing's broken, you got all that soft tissue, ligaments, you got cartilage, you got I don't know what it's called, the lubricant of your joint. That sack can be burst. And there's no telling what Frank Parker did to his left shoulder diving into the steel like that.
That was a high-risk maneuver by the big man, Frank the Tank Parker, moving in to get the War Machine, take the wind out of him. If Parker would have landed that, Parker could have set up a string of moves to capitalize. We could be looking at a new Mountain State champion. Instead, War Machine, that wily veteran that he is, getting out of the way of that freight train. And that freight train crashed into the station.
And War Machine smells blood in the water, and that blood is the left arm of Frank the Tank Parker. That shoulder, that arm, it is worthless to Parker now. If Parker could get away with it, if this were, tribal times, he'd cut that arm off and just fight with the right arm because he's in that much pain right now.
He might even beat the champ with the amputated arm. And any opportunity the War Machine takes to use the ring against that shoulder, he's using it. This is the second or third time he's wrapped that arm around a rope and just bludgeoning Frank the Tank Parker.
And there's no relief. There's no way to adjust your body when your arm is draped across that rope like that. And then War Machine adds the impact of the punch right there to the supporting muscles.
Any offensive that Frank the Tank Parker had built up has gone. It has evaporated under the onslaught that the War Machine's putting on that left shoulder as it continues, using his elbow to grind into that joint.
In boxing, when a boxer gets cut or eye gets swollen or a body part gets damaged in the onslaught of punches, sometimes the referee has to call the match. And that arm gets much deader. Patrick Nicholas might need to call this match so Frank Parker can drive home tonight, so Frank Parker can, have a sandwich. That left arm is almost dead.
And the War Machine knows it. War Machine says, I've got this chump. War Machine's telling the crowd, I don't care what you think. I am the champion, and I plan on leaving here your heavyweight champion. Frank the Tank Parker's getting some drive to him. Gets the crowd support. Build up some momentum. Frank the Tank Parker, former West Virginia heavyweight champion. And a rake of the eyes. Not a polite move at all.
Parker's tired of seeing War Machine cheat this whole match, so he broke the rules a little bit himself. And a powerful DDT. Both men are down. And that had to hurt. He had to use a left arm to pull that DDT down. And that's the same arm that's just hanging there by fibers.
That is the championship drive, the heart of a champion. If you can't get up, you get up. Anyway, regardless, he used that arm that has taken a good 10 minutes of a solid abuse and delivered a critical move.
Blocks a punch with that dead arm. Again blocking with that dead arm. That dead arm coming back to life, and Frank Parker building momentum. Big drop kick, a big drop kick.
How many men of their size can do that? Clothesline by Frank the Tank Parker on the champion.
Big clothesline, he's setting up for another. War Machine ducks under, sets him up for a choke slam. Blocked by Frank Parker. Parker got a couple inches in height and was able to use that against War Machine. Going for the choke slam, gonna reverse his own move on him. War Machine's up, he's down.
With his own move.
Oh, War Machine! If anybody can kick out of a choke slam, it's War Machine, who's perfected that maneuver here in West Virginia.
I don't think anyone in this room drew a breath during that 2.5 count.
Frank Parker sent into the corner hard, and even though it didn't go directly, that left shoulder felt that jar right into the corner. War Machine gonna smash some forearms into the forehead of Frank the Tank Parker. Parker, where's he come up with the strength? Able to powerbomb him out of the corner. Oh!
Almost again!
Everybody from Hinton down to Hiawassee thought that was a 3 count.
That was just pure adrenaline kick out by the War Machine at the absolute last second. Nicholas's hand was going down.
And Frank Parker able to muster the courage and strength to use that right and left arm to bring out the powerbomb. And Patrick Nicholas is down. We are officially out of referees.
We do not have a backup.
Oh, and that's not one for the kids to see. Not only is title on the line, but hatred. These guys do not like each other. Patrick Nicholas is down. Frank Parker's checking on him. And War Machine is setting up a chair in the corner. This can't be good.
If he whips Frank Parker into this, the damage that could be done to the spinal column, the head. War Machine takes that chair. Frank with the reversal.
Picks him up.
Fireman's carry.
What's he going to do? Oh! That could be it. Patrick Nicholas is awake.
And we have a new
That's it.
NWA
We got a new
Mountain State
MSW
Heavyweight Champion.
We got a new champ. Patrick Nicholas, War Machine, Frank Parker, they're all down.
Incredible. Patrick Nicholas has yet to make the official call, but the bell has rang. The hand is up. We can call it.
Frank the Tank Parker, I believe, has won the title.
It looks like it. I just want to wait for Patrick Nicholas just before I make the final call here to the house. Here is your winner and new NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Champion, Frank the Tank Parker! It's official. Patrick Nicholas made the call. War Machine face down. Hard to tell if it's from exhaustion or sheer unbelief that he lost his title. And Frank Parker has attained the NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Championship after such a long time. Frank Parker
what a second week we've had of 2007. Unbelievable action. The title's on the line, and just an exciting show, D-Bibb. I can't stop talking about it. We're going to be talking about it until next week.
And you know what? We're not the only ones. Everybody who saw this show is going to be tuning in. Invite your friends. Call up somebody that you know.